Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we are diving into the final episode of Until We Meet Again. I had to wear my shirt with my babies on it because, well, this series has been such a journey, such an emotional journey. Lord, the series knows how to take you on an emotional roller coaster and back. All the twists, turns, loop-de-loops, ups and downs, and just, whew, Lord Jesus. But we finally made it to the end, and we just have to see how this story is going to close out. End of episode 16. I had some feelings about. Y'all can go watch my reaction to episode 16 if y'all haven't already seen it, but I had feelings. And yeah, I'm hoping that this episode will fix those feelings. But in any event, I switched over from my milkshake to something a little bit stronger because the milkshake just wasn't going to cut it for this episode. So we are just going to dive on in and just see where things go. Okay, so
คุณยายคะนายอินไปไหนคะ
อินเขาไปเที่ยวจ้ะลูกไปไกลมากๆเลยนะ
แล้วนายอินจะกลับมาเมื่อไหร่นายอินจะได้กินไข่พะโล้กับเราไหมคะแล้วแกงส้มที่แม่ทำไว้ด้วย
I guess she's not tall enough to see over the box. Or to really, I guess, understand what's going on.
No. พ่ออาจจะเป็นพ่อที่ยังดีไม่พอหรอก
I can only imagine the guilt. I'm not a parent, but I know many people who are parents. I know many people who, well, not many people who've lost children, but I do know some people who've unfortunately lost children, and they say one of the hardest things in this world is having to bury your own child. So then to have that compounded with the fact that his actions kind of drove them to that point. I know in his own way he just wanted what was best for his son and was trying to protect his son in his own way, but hindsight is 20/20, and you know, now I can see that wasn't it. Interesting detail that it was their fathers who ended up tying this red thread around them. It's like they worked so hard to keep them apart, and now they kind of sealed them together.
ยายแดงจะนำพาให้เธอทั้งสองมาพบกันอีกแม้ชาตินี้จะไม่สมหวังแต่ชาติหน้าลูกจะต้องกลับมาพบกันอีกก่อนพ่อขอฝากน้องด้วยนะน้องคือแก้วตาดวงใจของพ่อ
อะไรนะพี่
น้ำตาลปั้นอะ
กินปะถ้าไม่กินอ่ะ ขอดิ
ไม่ได้ อันเนี้ยคนพิเศษของพี่เขาให้มา
ทำไมให้ตั้งให้
เฮ้
ตั้
ย
ง
ไอ้กิฟอย่าแกล้งน้อง
อย่าลงดิ
ตั้งให้ตั้ง
ไ จงเป็นสิ่งที่อยากเป็น เข้าใจนะ
Well, we're in for it this episode. 'Cause that opening set of scenes was just so beautiful, so powerful. Like I've mentioned a number of times, especially in the last couple episodes, about how I love how this series takes its time and lingers in these moments when a number of other series or films or whatnot would have just showed the moments and just moved past them. And I love how in both of those scenes, the funeral scene and the crits in the kitchen, no music. There's no music, there's no soundtracking, there's no underscore, nothing. It was literally just silence in the background. All you heard was the ambient noise in nature, the birds chirping, and just raw, uninhibited emotion from the actors in the scene. And it's just...
อินจะทำแบบนี้ อยากร้องไป อยากแบบนี้ครับ
มิสเครื่องสำอางสำหรับคนรุ่นใหม่และน้องใหม่จากมิสทีน
พามพี่ตีกลับมาเถอะนะ กลับบ้านของเรากัน พี่รักอินนะจำเอาไว้ พี่รักอินมาก
คนโกหกพี่กล้าดียังไงอ่ะพี่กล้าดียังไงถึงฆ่าคนที่ผมรักอ่ะคุณสารเลวคนโกหกก็พี่คนโกหกคนโกหกคนสารเลวคนโกหกคนโกหก
พี่ขอโทษครับผมรู้สึกยังไงวันนี้เห็นพี่ตายต่อหน้าต่อตาเรียกพี่เท่าไหร่พี่ก็ไม่ตอบพี่ทิ้งผมไว้ทั้งที่เราสัญญาว่าจะอยู่ด้วยกันนะพี่บอกพี่จะอยู่กับอินไม่ใช่หรอไม่ทำแบบนี้ใจมันจะขาดหายใจไม่ออกโลกทั้งใบถล่มลงมาเป็นชิ้นเล็กชิ้นน้อยทีเดียวแรกทั้งที่เรารักกันแต่พี่กลับทำร้ายผมอย่างโหดร้ายที่สุด
ไม่ใช่แบบนั้นเลยพามพี่รักเรานะพี่รักเรามากพี่ขอโทษ
Girl, it ain't Parm you talking to.
โปรด
ถ้าผมเลือกที่จะจากพี่ไปทิ้งพี่ไป
อินอย่าทำแบบนี้อย่าเอาน้องไปอย่าทำแบบนี้นะอยู่ตรงนี้อยู่ตรงนี้แล้วพี่ดินของพามไงพี่ดินของพามไงครับไม่เป็นไรแล้วไม่เป็นไรแล้วนะกลัวอะไรแล้วนะไม่เป็นไรแล้วไม่เป็นไร
ดีพาม
พ่อก่อนอะไรเนี่ยวันนี้ครั้งไม่อยู่กับเด็กคนนี้
ไม่เอาอ่ะไม่เอาอ่ะออกไปนะออกไป
อะไรนะ
คนนั้นไม่เอาแล้วพาไม่อยากเห็นแล้วอ
พี่กรณ์อย่าพี่กรณ์
เดี๋ยวผมจัดการเอง
Where the hell did you come from?
ไม่มีใครแยกพวกเธอสองคนอีกแล้ว พวกคุณพ่อเสียใจมากรู้ไหม ห้องเนี้ยไม่สิตึกนี้ทั้งตึก คุณพ่อก็ซื้อเอาไว้ให้แล้ว
Okay, that explains that.
ส่วนห้องนี้ก็มีคนมาทำความสะอาดทุกวัน ซ่อมแซมส่วนที่เสียหายมาตลอด 30 ปี ของในกล่องใบนี้คุณพ่อเป็นคนเก็บเองไว้ทุกชิ้น
Did he have to keep the gun? Still don't understand that.
พ่อรักและคิดถึงพี่มาตลอดนะพี่กรณ์ตั้งแต่พี่จากไป พ่อนั่งมองกล่องนี้แล้วพ่อร้องไห้เกือบทุกวันเลยพี่พี่ทักพ่อของเธอก็เสียใจมากเช่นกัน พ่อของเธอร้องไห้จนเหมือนโลกใบนี้มันล่มสลายไปหมดแล้ว
ผมขอโทษ
เป็นเพราะพี่ ที่ทำให้ทุกคนต้องเสียใจแบบนี้ ผมขอโทษ พ่อ
ที่ก่อน หลังจากงานศพ พวกเรายังติดต่อกับที่บ้านของอินทัศน์จนถึงวันที่พ่อของอินป่วยหนัก และกำลังจะจากไป พ่อไปรับปากคุณลุงไว้ว่า จะดูแลของทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างของพวกพี่ให้ดีที่สุด ไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องครอบครัว หรือคอนโดห้องนี้อย่าโกรธพ่อเลยนะอย่าโกรธพวกคุณพ่อเลยอินพวกเขาเจ็บมานานเหลือเกินแล้วเจ้าขานเองมันก็โกรธพ่อจนไม่ยอมยกโทษให้ แม้แต่วันที่มันป่วยจนใกล้จะตายมันยังไม่ยอมเจอหน้าพ่อเลยสักนิด
พี่เสียใจเป็นเพราะพี่ที่ทำให้ทุกคนต้องทุกข์ทรมานแบบนี้พี่มันโง่เห็นแก่ตัวแต่ตอนนี้พี่รักทุกคนรักพ่อแม่พี่น้องเรากำลังอินเหลือเกินพี่ขอโทษ
เคยคิดว่าตัวเองเข้มแข็ง
ลมที่ก่อนคันก็ใหญ่หนักก็หนักของอินนั่นแหละเหมาะที่สุดเราให้ผมช่วยพี่บ้างนะ
ขอโทษผมขอโทษที่เอาแต่โทษพี่ฝ่ายเดียวพี่รักพี่ก่อนนะอินให้อภัยพี่แล้วพี่จะโทษตัวเองเลยพี่ก็รักอินรักมากๆถามว่าเราห่างกันสักพักเถอะครับ
Too many damn feels. I don't know if I've been that quiet during a reaction yet.
คิดว่าคนไข้อาจเป็นคนกลืนดีหมอขอตัวก่อนนะครับ
พ่ออยากได้อะไรไหมครับ
ฝากดูแลน้องให้ดีด้วยนะ
ครับ ผมสัญญา
It's like he held on all this time, all these years, so he could see his mistakes not necessarily undone, but so he could right the wrongs that he made in the past, and he could see that kind of come to fruition. And now that that's happened, now that there's this forgiveness and this peace in the air, he's good to go.
พี่ทินจะไปไหน
เราอาจไม่มีพรุ่งนี้ที่รักไม่มีรักที่เราอยู่อย่างที่ตั้งใจเราจะหนีความจริงไปอีกนานเท่าไรแม้มันต้องจบแต่อยากคอยจะจำเอาไว้
Does this mean they're finally free?
Put เราเป็นอิสระกันแล้วนี่ ไม่จำเป็นต้องรักกันต่อ
แต่ว่าเรารักกันจริงๆไม่ใช่เหรอ ไม่ใช่เพราะว่าได้ายแดง
เปล่าเลย พวกเรารักกันเพราะได้ายแดงนี่ต่างหาก
Lies. Lies and deceit. The damn cheekbones sculpted by the hands of God. It's like you're finally free. You don't have to love each other. There's not this obligation or this looming whatever from past lives, but doesn't mean that you still don't love each other. So Dean better bring his perfect ass cheekbones back. Even though I'm pretty sure this is a dream sequence from the way everything's lit still.
ไปอเมริกากับแม่สักอาทิตย์ก็ยังดีไม่น่าอวดเก่งเลยเรา ความรักของเราคือเรื่องจริงใช่ไหมพี่ดิน
เข้าใจยังเนี่ยข้อเนี้ย
ยังไงอ่ะ
ทำเหมือนข้อนี้เลย แต่แค่เปลี่ยนเนี้ยตามโจทย์ใช่ ดูดีๆ แก
ลูกชู
โอ้ยน่ารัก
นี่น่ากินเลย
ผีด้วยอ่ะ
อุ้ย
โอ้ยงั้นเรานี่เลย กินกับปลาทูกิมเลยครับเฮ้ยว่าแต่เอาเวลาไหนไปทำเนี่ยพามเมื่อวานอาจารย์ก็สั่งการบ้านตั้งเยอะ
มึงได้นอนปะเนี่ย
ว้ายตายแล้วตาล้ามากเลยอ่ะทำอะไรมาเนี่ย
มีปัญหาอะไรวะทะเลาะพี่ดีหรือเปล่า
I don't even know the half of it.
นอนไม่ค่อยหลับนะสงสัยใกล้สอบแล้วเราคงเครียด
Girl, don't lie to your friends.
สู้ๆแล้วกันแล้วนี่เย็นนี้พี่ดีมารับปะเนี่ย
เดี๋ยวพี่เข้ามารับนะเย็นนี้นัดกันเอาไว้
อย่าหาเรื่องไม่ได้นอนคืนนี้ล่ะพรุ่งนี้ตื่นมาเรียนไม่ไหวแน่บอกไว้ก่อน
ป้าไม่ได้ทำอะไรเว้ย
ตกใจ
อย่าทำอะไรเหนื่อยนะไม่เอานะเดี๋ยวไม่ได้มาเรียน
ทำอะไรเรา
พรุ่งนี้มาเห็น แต่พี่ดีไม่อยู่ไม่เป็นไรหรอก
ก็เราเพื่อนสนิทกันอะ
เราขอสนิทดีกว่านี้ป่ะกอดแล้วบ้างดิ
กินแล้ว
กอดแล้วบ้างดิ
เฮ้ยมันหนาว
Don't miss these three.
หัวยังใหญ่ไม่เห็นผมหมดแล้วเนี่ย
เอากินด้วยเอ้ยโอ้ยอันนี้นะแฮป
I
ปี้แหละ
still need her to end up with Mr. Superman.
ทำให้ได้ก่อนเนี่ยอันเนี้ยยังไงไปห่วงแต่เขาเนี่ย
That man knows he knows I look good in some clothes.
อยากกินอะไรไหม
It's perfect ass cheekbones.
หิวไอติมครับ กินข้าวก่อน แล้วค่อยกินไอติม โอเคไหม
I want ice cream.
ป่ะ กินทีเดียวหมดนะ
Don't tell me how to live my life. Don't you judge me in my own house. Baby. Use your words. Somebody use their words. You can hold your man's hand, baby.
Pam คิดอะไรอยู่อิน
Better kiss your man. Come on, string section. Girl?
เราจะห่างเพื่ออะไรอะครับทบทวนว่ารักของเราคือเรื่องจริง
Girl, Dean talked some sense into him. I mean, I get where he's coming from, but Dean talked some sense into him. Okay, so I got 30 minutes. I was gonna say that's not where y'all ended this episode. I'll flip a fucking table over right now.
กับดีนยังคบกันอยู่ไหม
I'm glad we get so much Mr. Gray hair. I liked him. We didn't get nearly enough of him in this series. Okay, that's interesting music.
หิวแล้วสิ
หิวสิเหลืออะไรอีกนะเหลือ
Damn, y'all. Got a whole smorgasbord. Damn.
เฮ้ยทำเดี๋ยวเราฝากย่างแป๊บหนึ่งเติมตาครับ
Hashtag product placement.
ไม่วิ่งไม่มีแรงกิน
จะกินก็ยังห่วงสวยน้ำมะนาวเนี่ย
อ้าวก็เราเป็นคน
Let's get the close up on it now. Good, especially because you didn't put a damn thing on, but you know, it's fine.
เฉยๆอ่ะนี่มีอะไรแบบว่า วิงวิงที่สุดเลยอ่ะให้ดู
อะไรอ่ะ
แป๊บนึงนะเดี๋ยวเอาให้ดูหยิบของแป๊บนึงเฮ้ยนั่นอะไรอ่ะ
มะนาว อะไรเนี่ย
ไม่มีอะไรไม่ดูนู้นนี่
เอาอะไรมาใส่น้ำผัก
เดี๋ยวรู้แป๊บนึงอ่านถึงนู้นก่อนเสื้อผ้ายาอะไร
น่ารักนี่หรออะไรเนี่ย
อะไรอ่ะอะไรอย่าพูดกินข้าวไม่ใช่เวลาเล่นโทรศัพท์
ขอดูก่อน
See, I love them. I love them.
อะไรยิงคุยถูกไว้มากเลยอ่ะ
จริงๆพวกนี้มันสุกแล้วนะ
ใช่เนี่ยนะ
อันนี้กินได้เลยปะ
อันนี้
อะไรน้องเหลือ
เฮ้ยอย่าจะกินอันนี้เฮ้ยเราว่านะถ่ายรูปกันดีกว่าเอาเครื่องไทย
เขาหิวแล้วเหรอ
อันนี้ถ่ายเพราะว่าเขาอยู่หน้าไม่ได้เขาเป็นผู้หญิงตัวเล็ก
See, and it's nice to it's just nice to see the friendship. It's so sweet. I feel like once Dean and Parm got together, yeah, the friendship still existed, and yeah, we did get some moments with them, but I feel like we got significantly less. Oh, Jesus, fuck the friendship. Let's swim, Lord. Dean, why are you wearing this jacket? It's swimming time. I see you, team girl. Little cupcakes back there. I see you.
แล้วที่ชมรมเป็นยังไงบ้าง
ก็ซ้อมเรื่อยๆเดี๋ยวนี้ไม่รู้
Girl!
มะนาวอะไรวะเนี่ยไม่เป็นไร
เราจะบอกว่าหนังเราได้รางวัลแล้ว
Yes!
จริงเหรอ
จริง
ยินดีด้วยนะมะนาวอุ้ยเก่งมากยินดีด้วย
ดีใจอ่ะ
จะเจ็บปะเนี่ยล้มลงตะ
ไม่
กี้
เจ็บเดี๋ยวเจ็บนี่ไปโรงพยาบาลกัน
เอาละครับวันนี้เราจะมาสาธิตการทำขนมที่เอาไว้กินเย็นๆชื่นใจนะครับขนมนี้มีชื่อว่าขนมอินทนินเป็นขนมไทยโบราณหาทานยากจริงๆส่วนผสมก็ไม่มีอะไรมากหรอกครับแต่จะลำบากตรงที่ต้องกวนแป้งให้สุกซึ่งใช้เวลานานวัตถุดิบกับขั้นตอนการทำอยู่ในใบที่ผมเพิ่งแจกไปให้นะครับถ้าเกิดใครมีอะไรสงสัยยกมือถามได้ไม่ต้องเกรงใจนะครับงั้นก็เริ่มทำกันได้ครับ
Yes, Professor Parm. Maybe it's not gray. Maybe it's just really, really ashy blonde. Either way, I like him.
กับดีนยังคบกันอยู่ไหมอะ
ผมกับพี่ดีนไม่เคยเลิกกันนะครับ
But are you together?
พี่เดชว่าอาทิตย์หน้าเราจะทำขนมอะไรกันดีครับ
โอ้ มีคนชอบแย่งขนมฝากมาให้อะ
I wonder who that was.
เพิ่งเข้าใจว่าการรอคอยใครบางคนมันมีความหมายแค่ไหน
เมื่อกี้มันแวะมาเลยตักขนมไปให้กินละ
เวลาเรารออะไรมันนานแค่ไหนเมื่อได้พบ
Surprised it was Alex.
เธอเปลี่ยนคืนวันเดียวได้ให้ข้างกายได้มีไออุ่นด้วยลมแผ่วเบาละมุนความรักจากเธอในวันที่เราสบตาเมื่อแรกเจอก็ทำให้ใจที่ละเมอได้เจอกับความจริงที่ผมรู้แล้วล่ะครับว่าผมจะทำขนมอะไรดี
อะไรฮะ
ผมจะทำลืมกลืนนะครับ
I knew it.
ไอซ์คาราเมลแมคคิอาโต้หวานครึ่งปั๊มใส่วิปครีม ชื่อทีม เมลแมคคิอาโต้
I love the way he looks at him.
คารา
You got this, team. I believe in you.
อะไรอ่ะ กูจะได้แดกไหมเนี่ยวันนี้ พยายามอยู่นี่เหรอเฮีย
Ice caramel macchiato, extra pump of syrup.
ทำงี้
เอารูปให้เขาดู แล้วบอกว่าแก้วกลางหวานครึ่งปั๊มคนสั่งซื้อทีม
กาแฟแก้วกลาง หวานครึ่งปั๊ม คนสั่งชื่อทีม ไปอีกรอบ
He's precious. And Win can see he's precious
นี่ครับ
too.
เอารูปแก้วกลางนี่ครับ หวานครึ่งปั๊มใส่วิปครีม
Love his
ชื่อที
smile
ม
and
ค
the
รับ
way he looks at him.
ขอบคุณครับ
Well, damn, that was fast. Get me to this coffee shop,
สั่ง
hell.
ได้แล้ว อ่ะ แล้วเฮียชอบกินอะไรอีกหรือเปล่า
You?
ถ้ากาแฟก็กินได้หมดอ่ะ ขอแค่หวานครึ่งปั๊มก็พอ
หวานครึ่งปั๊มโอเค
You taking notes on what your baby
ก็ค่อยๆ
likes?
ไปเนาะ
มีอะไรบ้างเฮีย
เปล่า แล้วมึงอ่ะชอบกินอะไรบ้างนอกจากเล
โอ้โหหลายอย่างเลยเฮีย ทั้งบิงซู เนื้อย่าง เค้ก ชอบหมดสเต็กของชอบเลยพวกอ้วนๆอ่ะ
โอ้อ้วนๆทั้งนั้น
แม่ก็ชอบกินของหวานอ่ะ
ไปเร็ว เดี๋ยวพาไป ไปไม่ไป กินไม่กิน เดี๋ยวเลี้ยง
กินก็ได้
It's like, okay, let's go, girl. Y'all better hold hands to go eat. So you're gonna tell Parm and Manal about you and Win, finally?
ห้ามพิมพ์
ฮะ
เร็วเร็วเร็ว
เดี๋ยวทำไมอ่ะ
เร็วพบกับพี่อเล็กซ์แล้ว
ฮะ ตั้งแต่เมื่อไหร่เนี่ย
ไม่รู้ไม่ได้การแล้ว เดี๋ยววันเนี้ยเย็นนี้ชมรมเราจะมีเลี้ยงฉลอง
I don't know how I feel about that.
เราจะไปเค้นคอถามเร็วมาไปกันนะ
Just because Alex didn't leave such a great impression on us when he was in the series. Also, he was all about Parm, so I assumed he was a homosexual, but you know, maybe whatever. I don't. You live your sexual life however you want to live, but I'm like, okay. Sure, whatever. As long as Manal gets Mr. Superman.
พี่ได้กินแล้ว ขอบคุณนะ
อะไร
โอ้ยหมั่นไส้ว่ะ
อะไร วันก่อนน่ะ เห็นแอบไปดูหนังกับพี่วินนะ
It's about damn time.
ไหนเล่าให้ฟังก่อน
Slow ass.
กลับบ้านอะไร
อะไร
เนี่ย
กลับบ้านแล้ว อะไร
เล่าให้ฟังก่อนดิ
ไม่มีอะไร
ไม่มีอะไรได้ยังไง
จะกลับบ้านแล้วดึกแล้ว
อันนี้ทำอะไรกันอยู่อะ
ก็ทีมาสิ
อะไรจะกลับบ้านแล้วตามบ่อยของตรงนี้เลย
เราไปสืบเรื่องเดียวก่อน อย่างไงมาอัปเดต
กลับบ้านแล้ว
รีบกลับบ้านกันล่ะ
Mm-hmm.
ไปตัวเองก็กลับบ้านแล้วดึกแล้ว
เล่าความจริงมาให้ฟังก่อน
ไม่มีอะไร
ไม่มีอะไรได้
กลั
ยังไง
บ้านเดี๋ยวนี้เลยไปกลับบ้าน
ชี้เว้ย
มานี่เดี๋ยวนี้เลย
เล่าให้ฟังก่อนเดี๋ยวนี้นะว่ามัน
ไม่มีอะไร
ไม่มีได้ยังไงกันเล่า
It's like, girl, spill the tea. Yes, give Manal this hookup, please. For the love of God.
อิจฉาคนมีคู่เว้ย
Praise Jesus. Thank you. I've been shipping it since day one, I think. After I figured out that team wasn't actually on her team, that I shipped her and this guy.
ก็กำลังจะกลับแล้วค่ะตกใจหมดเลย
You better give her flowers, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
นี่
Adorable ass in these
ไม่เดียวเหรอ
glasses.
คะ
ให้เดียวที่ไหนล่ะ ที่ให้มะนาว
ที่หนูเนี่ยนะ
รับไปเถอะ ยินดีด้วยที่หนังได้รางวัล
Mm-hmm.
ได้แค่ที่2เองอะ
แต่มีคนบอกพี่นะว่า ได้ที่เท่าไหร่ไม่เห็นเป็นไรเลย ได้รางวัลก็คือได้รางวัล
Yeah, girl, you got a prize, so let's celebrate.
ว่า
พี่ได้ดูหนังแล้วนะ พี่ว่ามะนาวเล่นเก่งจริงอะ
ขอบคุณ
Ooh, okay.
มะนาวเก่งมาก
We just diving straight in. Okay.
พี่เขินนะ
Okay.
ปล่อยดิ ปล่อย เอ้า
Me. Don't give me a compliment. I don't know how to take it.
กลับบ้านอะอย่ากลับคนเดียวนะ ไปกับเพื่อนนะรู้เปล่า
แต่เพื่อนมันกลับหมดแล้วอ่ะ
They've already left. I have no one to walk me home.
ไปส่งปะล่ะ
งั้นจะรออะไรล่ะ ก็ไปกันดิ
ไปสิดีใจสุดเลยว่ะ
I mean, it's happened a little suddenly, but I mean, it's been building up over time. I've been shipping it the whole damn series, so I'm fine with it.
ไอติมสุดโคตรดีปะ พี่กรณ์กินอยากกินไอติมอ่ะ
For the love of God, please free him from these dreams already.
ไอติมเนี่ยนะ
Although this isn't a flashback, it's something
รอบนี้
else.
ไปกินไอติมสุดโคตรดีปะ
Maybe.
ไปเที่ยวกัน ไปแพรการกันนะ เนี่ยอินดูละครนะ เห็นพระเอกกับนางเอกอ่ะ เขาไปสวีทด้วยกันน่ะ ดูนั่งข้างริมน้ำนะน่ารักมาก
เพอเจอร์ดูละครมากไปหรือไง
Well, at least he's smiling and happy in this dream flashback thing.
อบคุณนะไปพี่กรณ์
Yes, please. I love y'all. But go. Be gone, wandering spirits. Lord, those cheekbones.
พี่ดีน
You done fighting your feelings now?
ผมจะไปไหนได้ นี่มันผมเป็นของพี่
You better go to your man. Surprise, he's already there. Of course he's already there. Why wouldn't he be? Did you have the dream too? Or are you just psychic? I feel like it probably would have been awkward him showing up at Dean's parents' house at like the middle of the night. Like, hey, can I see Dean? So yes, this makes more sense.
ผมคิดถึงพี่ ผมคิดถึงพี่ดีน
Yes, you do.
พี่ก็คิดถึงพามคิดถึงมาก
You done with your experiment now?
เขาขอโทษที่ต้องให้พี่รอ ไม่เป็นไรครับเก่งไม่เป็นไรนะพี่มาแล้ว อยู่ตรงนี้ พี่ฝันด้วยแหละพามฝันเห็นกรกับอินทัศน์พวกเขามีความสุขมากแล้วพามมีความสุขมากๆมีความสุขมากๆ
Good. Can they be happy not in our memories now, please?
อย่าทำแบบนี้อีกนะ
Better give Dean his reward. Making him wait for 3 months.
พี่ดินจะทำอะไรเนี่ย ก็ทำให้หายคิดถึงไง ปล่อยพามเดี๋ยวนี้นะ อย่าดิ้นสิถ้าดิ้นนะพี่จับโยนจริงด้วยนะ
Girl? I mean, don't threaten me with a good time. That's when I start moving around even more. You throw me wherever you need to throw me, baby. It's fine.
ปล่อยพาม
It's like, look, I'm a big girl, okay? I'm a very big boy.
พี่ต้องรอนาน
Yes, God. So if you've got the upper body strength to actually lift me up and then you say you're going to throw me, by all means, throw me. You've worked hard enough. Throw me wherever you got to throw me, baby. I hope Scene puts some music on.
ที่ทำให้พี่ต้องรอนาน
Loud music. It's going to be a long night. I like this instrumental rendition of the song.
แต่ว่าตอนนี้ผมมั่นใจแล้วว่ารักของเราคือเรื่องจริง
I swear, them and these tender kisses.
ง่วงไหม ผมคิดถึงพี่
พามเป็นคนขอห่างพี่เองนะ
ก็ตอนนั้นผมสับสนน่ะ
แล้วตอนนี้ล่ะครับ
ผมรักพี่ดีนครับ
จริงเปล่า
แค่ไหนรักมาก
พี่ก็รักพามครับ ตลอด3 เดือนที่ผ่านมาเนี่ยมันทำให้พี่ได้คิดอะไรได้เยอะแยะเลยล่ะ พี่เปลี่ยนนามสกุลแล้วนะ
เปลี่ยนนามสกุล เปลี่ยนทำไมอะครับ แล้วเปลี่ยนไปเป็นอะไร
พี่ไม่ใช่รัตนนท์วงศ์เนตรอีกต่อไปแล้ว แต่เป็นรัตนนท์ฉัตรโพคิน
รู้ไหมว่าเราจะทำเปลี่ยนแปลงฉันถ้าเธอไม่รู้ว่าฉันโชคดีแค่ไหน Me forever just
นามสกุล
me forever
อินทัศน์
เพื่อเป็นการขอโทษขอขมาให้คุณพ่อของอิน และก็เป็นขอโทษให้กับอินทัศน์
รู้ไหมฉันเคยเป็นยังไง รู้ไหมว่าเคยกลัวความรักไม่กล้าเปิดใจ ให้กับใครที่ไหน จนเมื่อฉันได้เจอกับเธอ เธอเท่านั้นเปลี่ยนฉันเป็นคนใหม่ เปลี่ยนโลกไปทั้งใบ ก็เธอคือคนนั้น ก็เธอคือความรัก ก็เธอคือความฝันที่กลายเป็นจริง
ขอบคุณนะครับ ไหน หยิบกระเป๋าสตางค์ให้พี่หน่อย
Girl, you got a ring in that wallet?
เปิดสิ
Translation, please.
นี่พี่ดีรู้เหรอครับ ว่าเป็นผมอะ
รู้สิ
Oh. I remember that note.
แต่ลองหยิบรูปมาดูสิ แหวน
รู้ไหมว่ารักแต่เธอเป็นแปลงฉันแต่เธอไม่รู้ว่าฉันโชคดีแค่ไหน
แหวนของอินทัศน์
Just you and me forever
เป็นแหวนประจำตระกูลฉัตรโพคิน ที่จะส่งต่อให้ลูกชายคนโต ซึ่งตอนนี้เนี่ย พี่คือลูกชายคนโตของบ้านนั้น
แค่เพียงใกล้ชิดแค่เพียงเราสบตาเธอพาใจฉันลอยไปไกลสุดปลาย
You
ฟ้า
are my sunshine You are my starlight at night
อาจดูไม่ค่อยลงทุนเท่าไหร่ แต่นี่คือสิ่งสำคัญ และมีค่าที่สุดในตอนนี้เท่าที่พี่มี
Well, second to Parm, of course. It's not the ring finger, so we're not proposing, but still, it's a beautiful gesture.
แล้ว เรามาอยู่ด้วยกันนะ
ครับ
อยู่ด้วยกันตลอดไป
ครับ
จะไม่จากกันไปไหนอีกแล้วนะ
ไม่อีกแล้วครับ
Oh, sweet boys.
Into my life, I became the light. You stay with me forever, just you and me forever. Every time I look into your eyes, it's like looking at the blue sky. You are my sunshine, you are my starlight at night. Into my life, I became the light. You stole and did more time.
Y'all better give me this flashback montage of the entire series. The mung-beans off the shelf. And the first kiss in the classroom. Y'all just gonna give me a kissing montage. Okay, I'm here for it. Fantastic job, guys. All of you. Well, we made it, y'all. We made it to the end of this beautiful, beautiful, magical series that was Until We Meet Again. And yeah, it's just been such a roller coaster ride. But I've had almost nothing but positive things to say about this series, with the exception of, some of my thoughts at the end of the last episode. But it's just been such an incredibly moving, well done ride. And these are all things I've said throughout this series as I've reacted to the episodes, but from the cinematography to the script writing, to the acting, to the direction, to how everything was cut together in post-production, that's just, all of it was so incredibly well done. Oh my god. We'll recap this episode and we'll just do an overall series summary, but okay, so the episode started with Enan Korn's funeral, and I already gave my thoughts on that during the intro music and whatnot. I love so many things about those two introductory scenes, the funeral and then Crit in the kitchen. I love how it was just this absence of music, because there are a lot of times in the series music has played such a vital role in this series, in a lot of series I've watched, but in this series especially, the music has been such an integral part of this world. There's so many scenes that have been set either to beautiful string instrumental sections, or to the songs with lyrics, or to a cappella versions of the songs and whatnot, and each choice that they made musically to be as the background for a particular scene worked so well for the scene, and it just gave you exactly what background music is supposed to give you. It's supposed to give you a sense of what you're supposed to be feeling and enhance what you're feeling, whether what you're feeling is bad or suspicious or romantic or happy or whatever it may be. The music has been so well done. So what I love about those two opening scenes is that there was no music. It was just silence, absence, because it just made the power of those moments so much more impactful. It was just grieving and hurt and pain, and again, the acting was incredible. Ian's dad in that scene, like that, him in that scene made me cry more than anything else in this episode, I think, honestly. Like, there were a lot of moments in this episode that were so touching, so moving, but like Ian's dad in this is what made me physically want to cry more than anything that I can think of in this episode. Like, you could just see in his face, like, how you could see the instant regret. You could see how much he regretted the route that he took. You could see how much he wishes he could take back the mistake that he made. You can see every single bit of guilt in him. And like I mentioned, I don't have children. Don't know if I ever will at this point. Whatever, that's a story for a whole nother time. But like, I know people who have lost children, and I know they say one of the hardest things as a parent is to have to bury your own child, and it just seems like something so incredibly difficult to do in the moment, but then also to just continue on in life without, with that hole. It's just so incredibly difficult. So Ian's dad in that moment, he was just, like they say later in the episode, it was like his world was just falling apart. His world was crashing down. Yes, he still has his wife, he still has his daughter, he has his granddaughter and all that kind of stuff, but still, it's just like his world was just crashing down because he's having to say goodbye to his son under such awful circumstances, and under such awful circumstances that could have been avoided, that could have been prevented had he and Korn's father not been what they were. We'll just leave it at that. We know what happened, we know the situation, blah blah blah. If they hadn't been as adamant about keeping them apart as they were and all these other things, it may not have come to this point. So you could just see how sorrowful he was and how much he regretted everything in that moment. And I found it such an interesting detail that it was the fathers who worked so hard to keep them apart in life who ended up tying the red thread around the pinkies and essentially just tying them together forever in death. It just, like, I feel like there's something that happened in that moment once they finally took their lives that instantly changed their fathers. Not saying that they're, just gonna jump on board and be like, okay, well, I'm fine with, gay people or whatever, but like, there's something that happened in that moment that instantly changed their minds, and it's like, okay, they loved each other so much, to such a degree, that this was the outcome of us trying to keep them apart. Who are we to try and keep them apart? It's just such a touching detail, and it was interesting to see the two different reactions from the two different fathers. Ian's father, inconsolable, and he's tying the red thread around the pinkies, and he's just looking at Korn, and he's like, you guys will be together, you guys couldn't be together in this life, but you'll meet again in the next life, and please just take care of him. This is my boy, please take care of him. That moment, like I'm on the verge of crying just replaying that moment in my head. It's just like, he's basically just looking at Korn and saying, like, look, I couldn't in this life, I failed his father. That, I'm not saying that he did. I mean, yes, there were things that he failed at, things that he did poorly, and decisions that could have been changed. But he kind of said that to Ian before he went to tie the thread. He's like, I don't deserve to be your dad, or something along those lines. So he's looking at Korn now, like, look, I failed at my job. My job was to be this guy's father, was to take care of him, to keep him safe, and make sure that he grows up to live a happy, healthy, successful life. I failed in that, and I don't know that I'll be around to see you guys come back, but I know that you guys will be together. And just once you find each other, please take care of him. Take care of him the way that I couldn't take care of him, please. And that was just a father begging, you know, his son's significant other to just look out for him. And it's just so touching, so heartbreaking. And like I said, yeah, Ian's father, inconsolable. He just could not, he was just an outpouring of emotions. Whereas Korn's dad, very solemn and stoic. And as the episode went on and we saw and we heard all the things that Korn's dad did in the, you know, time after Korn's passing, like, you could see in Korn's dad's face similar sense of, you know, sorrow and regret, but he seems like the person who processes it differently. So whereas Ian's dad was very just open and inconsolable, Korn's dad was very stoic, reserved, and all of those emotions, probably felt everything that Ian's dad was going through, maybe even worse, but it was all on the inside, and he has been internalizing those feelings for the last 20 something years. And it's just like, so then to hear later in the episode, once we had the whole, you know, big climax thing, which we'll get to in a second, but to hear about everything that he had been doing since Korn's passing. We bought this entire building, which answered my question from last episode, why this building, nothing's changed, Rebel. Okay, they've bought it, they've maintained it, they've kept it exactly the same. Okay, that's one thing off the list. Why he chose to keep the gun still, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'll never understand it. It won't make any sense. Y'all can try and rationalize in the comment section. It's not gonna make any sense to me why we decided to keep this gun. But like, to see all of the things that he did, and you know, they still kept in touch with Ian's family, and up until, you know, Ian's father passed, and like, just to see the toll that Ian and Korn's deaths took on both of these families, and how their lives changed and the paths each of their family members' lives took, it's just incredible. But yeah, you could definitely tell from the things that Korn's dad did and the things he said and the way he acted, especially in those last couple scenes that he was alive, you could tell that he had a lot of regrets, and he regretted what happened. He misses his son, both of his sons, because after Korn passed, Parm's father essentially just wrote him off and wanted nothing to do with him. So, you know, he misses his sons, and there's just a lot of sorrow that he's been internalizing, and it's so sad to see. So sad to see, especially when we were flashing back. It makes what we saw in the last episode, when Parm was first born and he was going to the hospital to try and visit him, it just kind of reinforces my thoughts on that whole scene, where it's like, you could tell that he had some level of regret, and he just wanted to be in his grandchild's life. He wanted to be part of that family, and it was just so incredibly hurtful. And it made you almost, even though we've kind of villainized both the dads in this series for pretty much the entire duration of the series, it made you sympathize with him and empathize with him. And that's what I love about good series. Like, for me, a good series doesn't just give you a villain and call it a day. They don't just give you a bad guy or a good guy and call it a day. They give you real human beings with real problems. And yes, in this story, they may be the bad guy, but they still find a way to humanize the person and almost make you empathize and feel sorry for them in a sense. And I love that. Like, the dads were the villains in this piece, but by the end of this episode, you're feeling like, yes, you don't agree with how they reacted and what they did, but you understand where it's coming from, and you can see the toll that it took on them, and you can see that they feel sorry, and you kind of feel sorry for them too. So it's just such a well-written show. And then we have the scene in the kitchen with Crit finding the candy that Ian gave Korn, and just having that whole emotional breakdown. And again, I've said it like a dozen times already, the acting, because this was another one of those scenes similar to what Parm was doing last episode, where the actor, he didn't say a damn word in the scene. He didn't say a damn word in this scene. There was no dialogue, no internal monologue, nothing like that. All he did was he had a prop, and he looked at the prop, and just every single emotion poured out of him. And it's just so incredible, so incredibly moving. And again, having both those scenes done without any music, and it's just raw emotion, and the fact that we lingered in those moments for so long, so powerful, so impactful. So anyway, we flash back to the present with Dean and Parm, or Dean and Ian possessing Parm in a sense, going back and forth, and that whole like I'm gonna go back to the acting again, and I've made this similar commentary before in this series. I feel like earlier, maybe did I don't know anymore. If I didn't, then I've thought it at some point. But just the acting on both, you know, Dean and Parm's part, or Fluke and Ohm, the acting on both of their parts is incredible, especially in these scenes when they are not playing Dean and Parm, they're playing Ian and Korn possessing Dean and Parm. To be able to act as, you know, your main character is one thing, but then to act as some other character, in a nutshell, possessing your character, communicating with the love of his life, who is another character being possessed by another character. It's just like so many levels and layers go into this, and it's just so incredible. So when Dean was there trying to talk to Parm and trying to console Parm, and like, it's okay, semi sort of realizing he's dealing with Ian, but at the same time I think he's still trying to reach Parm in there. Like, Ian, full on control, Ian is trying to get these answers. He's like, you said you loved me, you promised me that you would never leave me, and you know, you were the person who hurt me the most. How could you leave me? And I feel like Ian in that moment, he just wanted answers. He needed Korn to come out and give him answers as to why you left. Why did you leave me when you made this promise that you wouldn't? And he you know, he grabbed the gun and he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave you. Again, feeling like he's talking to Korn, but it's Dean in control at this particular point. So Dean's begging him, like, please don't. And, you know, talks him down off the ledge. And then Parm's family comes in, Uncle and Sin and Grandpa, and then Mom and Boone came out of nowhere, and I'm like, okay, I don't know where y'all came from. Like, I know they mentioned that they were coming to visit Grandpa because he was sick, but I'm like, y'all just came out in the blue out of nowhere. And I don't know how much they know about the situation, or if they just know that Parm ran off with a gun, or did someone fill them in that, yeah, Parm's actually the reincarnated, you know, you're reincarnated. No, this isn't, wrong side of the family. Parm's actually reincarnated from this person, Dean's reincarnated from this person, and like, I don't know how much Mom and Poom knew at that particular point, but they just came out of nowhere, and then we never saw them again after the whole hospital scene. But yeah, that whole scene, like, it ended how it needed to end, and it was kind of what I felt was the big climactic moment as far as Ian and Korn went, that I've been talking about the entire series, because I keep mentioning, like, Dean and Parm, they've discovered all this information about their past life. They understand the past life, they know that, but they're still being plagued by all these memories and all these dreams, and something has to happen. Something has to happen that they haven't done yet. There's got to be some epiphany or some cathartic release happening so that Ian and Korn will get the fuck out. So Dean and Parm can just live their lives without being, because they can't live the rest, they can't be 80 years old having these breakdowns because they're dreaming about Ian and Korn. Like, that's not how this is supposed to go down. So that whole scene where everyone just apologizing, and it's what needed to be happened. It's the peacemaking that needed to happen so that people can get closure on the situation. And you know, we kept flashing between Dean and Parm and Ian and Corn standing there in the moonlight in the room, and you know, Ian and Corn just making their apologies and, you know, saying they're sorry and making amends. And it's like, okay, yes, finally we can move on forward. But what I like about this, then we had the whole hospital scene where Grandpa, you know, passed. And like I said there, I feel like he had been waiting all of this time to try and hopefully see all of the work he's done to try and right his wrongs, to see that come to fruition and, you know, get that sense of closure. Now that he's gotten that closure from his son, he's comfortable just passing on, and he did. Boom, done. And it's like, okay, fine, that's a good end to his character arc. See you later, Grandpa. But then we had that Parm had that dream where Dean was cutting the red thread, and it's like, okay, now we're not tied to be in love with each other. You know, we don't have to be in love with each other. And I was like, oh, thank the Lord, we're not gonna have these dreams anymore. But Parm took that to be, okay, now that this thread isn't holding us together, do we actually love each other, or was it just Ian and Corn so intensely pushing us together? And what I liked about this episode is it very well could have ended at, you know, climactic moment in the apartment and everybody got their issues resolved. Grandpa passed on. Yay, we're all happy, go lucky, everything's back to normal. Yay, I love you, blah, 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 done. But no, the episode's like, okay, they just went through this very traumatic thing, and while sure, it would be nice and easy to just write them off, okay, everything's all, you know, happily ever after now. No, Parm still has these insecurities. He had that dream, and he's got these insecurities where, and, you know, rightfully so, where it's like, do we actually love each other? Or was it just a byproduct of the fact that we were being, you know, in a sense, kind of controlled and drawn to each other by these two lovers who are no longer around? Like, now that they're not in the picture, is there actually anything between us? And you could feel that awkward energy coming from Parm, and it's like he and Dean were starting all over again. He didn't know how to act around Dean, and like, I just like that sort of sense of realism where it's like, hey, I don't know if this is real, and I need time. We need time to actually figure this out. And like, while yes, I don't want to see them break up, it's, again, it just feels real where it's like, yes, we need time to figure this out. I don't want to just dive back into what we had and just, you know, play like nothing happened. Like, no, we gotta figure this shit out. And yeah, I like that aspect that this episode took. Then we got some more, you know, interactions with our main friend group, and lots of good stuff that just happened in the latter half of the episode. Winning team getting the coffee was the most adorable thing, I swear to God. I know I say that just about every time I see a couple on my screen, but you know, whatever, I don't care. Like, just the way Win looks at Team, it is, especially in that moment where Team was so adorable trying to remember this coffee order and how do I order this coffee and blah blah blah. It's just like, Win is looking at him like, you are so stupid and I love you. I'm just like, that is a mood. That is a mood and a half. They are so freaking adorable. I just love them so much. I can't wait for their series. And then Parm finally got his head out of the clouds long enough to realize that Win's got something going on with Team, even though Ben's slapping him in the face this entire damn series. Lord, that boy is gullible sometimes. And finally, Manow and Mr. Superman got together, although there was that whole thing with Del and Alex getting together or being a couple, which now I need to look up the cast, because in my head Alex is the guy from the acting troupe who was a total dick, but now I'm thinking I might just have the wrong name and Alex might actually be Mr. Superman Glasses. So hold on, let me Let me look at this cast. Till we meet again. Cast. Let's see now. Dell. No, Alex. Yeah, Alex is a drama club president. The dick guy. Yeah. So yeah, no. Okay. So I don't understand this whole Dell is all of a sudden dating Alex. Only because Dell is such a sweet girl. She's so beautiful. I've said this so many times throughout the series, and I love her so much. And I feel like she deserves better, because just where they left Alex for us in the series, however many episodes ago that was, Alex was not a person we liked. We did not like Alex in the least. He didn't have a redeeming quality. He did not have a good end to his character arc. So to stick Dell with him, it's like, really? You could have done my girl Dell better than that. And I want Dome to get somebody too. Who? I don't know. I don't know which way he floats. But I want Dome to get somebody too, because he's cute. But yes, Manal finally got her Mr. Glasses Superman hook up, and I'm like, praise the Lord, because I've been shipping this for the longest. And then we ended with Parm having the dream of Ian and Korn, and they were happy, and Ian was just like, thank you, and you know, Ian and Korn just rode off into the sunset, which I'm hoping is the last time that they're gonna see them. I'm hoping that is the case, because even though they're happy now still, I don't need y'all messing with my dreams anymore. Please let me sleep. But then, you know, right when he was about to walk out the door, Dean was right there. It's like, I had this dream and I had to come, and I missed you so much. I missed you too, baby. Oh my God, I can't, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, just sweet reconciling moments. They're back together. Yes, their love is real. Dean picked him up, threw him down, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Gave him a little, took him to, okay, gave him that good loving. And then, you know, next morning, the afterglow, they're just all happy and lovey-dovey. And Dean's like, hey, I changed my name. Now I think it's his mama's surname now, so he's not, which also happens to be Ian's name. And then he's like, yep, I got this ring. You want this ring? Okay, baby, you take this ring. Also, let's move in together after we graduate. Okay, I love you too. And then they gave me this romantic montage of just them kissing all over the damn place. And I've said it once before, and I've said it again. Well, I've said it a million times before, but like, this series is not shy with the kisses. There's so many series that I've reacted to that either blatantly just didn't give me a kiss with my main ship, Cherry Magic, or they give you like one kiss at the very end. Maybe they'll give you a kiss somewhere towards the end and give you a second kiss somewhere. You know, one kiss where it's like, oh my God, surprise, mwah, and you know, one person just doesn't reciprocate, and then later on in the series, both people are kissing and it's like, yay, whatever. But like, this series, they're throwing kisses around left and right. Dean and Parm, like, they had, yes, that first big magic kiss like 10 episodes ago, and then like every episode since then, it's like, okay, this is just a natural part of the relationship. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Like, they're kissing left, right, up, down, backwards, forwards. I'm like, yes, praise God, Jesus, y'all are not shy about these kisses, and I'm here for it. Like, one of the things that I have in the works, as far as like, you know, video content in the back of my head that I started when I took my break back in September, is I've got a number of like top 10 lists or top this list or whatever that I've you know, been working on writing up the scripts for, and one of the lists is like my top 10 or top however, maybe top 20 because I've watched a lot, but top whatever number BL kisses that I've seen thus far. And like most of the series that I, you know, watched and gone through, like I said, they've got like one, maybe two, maybe three kisses, whatever, throughout the whole series. And I'm like, okay, usually it's easy for me to measure because one kiss is usually like the first kind of awkward or like one-sided kiss, then the second kiss is like the real kiss, and then if there's another kiss after that, then you know, whatever. But like this series, I got like 18 kisses I gotta evaluate and see which one's my favorite. I'm like, Lord, so much damn work this series is putting on my plate, but I love it, I love it, I love it. It's, like I said, it's been a beautiful, beautiful series, a beautiful journey, and I don't remember how I got started on this series. I know a number of people recommended it down in the comments, so thank you for the recommendation. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Thank you for being so supportive all the way through this journey. Thank you for the comments, for, you know, the posts that people tag me on Instagram or Twitter, the things that they send me in my DMs. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are amazing. You guys are the best. I've said it once, I've said it a million times. I have some of the best supporters and best subscribers on this channel. So thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me on another magical journey. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to this series. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications so you'll be notified when all my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments and I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah. And before you guys go, a shout out to my amazing patrons. I can't begin to express how thankful I am for your support. And if you guys would like to join us over on Patreon, the link is down in the description. Love you guys.